Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Z here, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at my new and upgraded PC. So, the only things that I pretty much upgraded in this PC for now, because the new video cards, so for example, the 6800 XT or the NVIDIA 3060, 3070, 3080, or even 3090 are all sold out. You can't get them anywhere. So I've just stuck with my 5700 XT for now. That's the Red Devil. I upgraded to the Core i9. What is it? Let me just check the box quickly because it's a confusing number. So I upgraded to the Core i9, unlocked i9 10850K. So that's equivalent or very similar to the 10900. It's very, very similar. I upgraded to this, and then for the motherboard, I upgraded to, let me just pull the motherboard out, an MSI. Box is flying everywhere. I upgraded to this baby right here. So this is the MPG Z490. It's an MSI motherboard. I'm a huge fan of MSI just because I've used them in the past. I've never had any issues with them. I've used other motherboards in the past and I kind of had some issues with them, just compatibility issues, and I found that MSI really works for me. I feel like they make very good motherboards. So I stuck with the MSI. This one has the Wi-Fi, and I believe it also has Bluetooth as well. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, great motherboard. It's around 200 bucks, maybe a little bit more, and it supports high clock memory, I believe. So anyway, yeah, it's the Core. It supports 10th gen CPUs, which this Core i9 is a 10th gen CPU, it's one of the later ones. But anyway, moving on for that, we got the Thermaltake heatsink. This is a huge heatsink. You do need a big case, a big ATX case in order for it to be supported. I got the 32 gigabytes of Corsair RAM, and I believe that's the 3200 megahertz. I got these two fans here, which I just keep at the bottom of my case, since this case right here doesn't have the greatest airflow. So I've got two fans right here. They're just regular fans I got from AliExpress. Not that great, but I just use them on the bottom of my case. One other thing I wanted to show about my case, which I kind of messed around with myself, is check this out. So since the case did not have great airflow, I did drill a bunch of holes, which I do not recommend doing just because of all the metal that can carry down over to the motherboard parts and all that. I was willing to take the chance on this. As you can see, I do still have some little metal bits there within the hole, so I do have to clean that out. But I did that, and then I made some screw holes right here, and then I attached a fan underneath there so that I would have airflow coming up. So yeah, that's the idea. It's very, what do you call it? It's very, I wouldn't say it's the best job. I could have definitely done better, but I don't know. I just wanted to get it done without buying a brand new case. And I mean, this case works for me right now. I do plan on getting a brand new case one of these days. I'm just, for some reason, I keep cheaping out on a case. I don't know why. Like I'll spend so much money on all this stuff, and then when it comes to the case, I'm like, whatever. I don't really care. I like to mess around with it and drill holes, and but it's not a bad case for the most part. It's a pretty decent case. I got my cables management somewhat. It's not the best cable management, but it is what it is. Yeah, so let me go ahead. I'm going to take off the thermal heat sink, and because I do need to reapply the thermal paste. I ran out of thermal paste when I installed this thermal heatsink, and I got some more off Amazon. Let me show you the one that I did get. The one that I got. So this is the thermal paste that I got off Amazon. I actually saw this on AliExpress as well. It's the HY880. It's by HALNZIYE. It's called thermal grease, and it comes with what is that, 0.4 ounces or grams? Yeah, I think that's grams. But anyway, yeah, I got this stuff right here, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it the other thermal paste I was using, I really ran out of it and it was very old. So yeah, I gotta set that right. And my temperatures are fine. I just very OCD when it comes to, you know, getting things right. Yeah, so let me go ahead and take off the thermal paste. Sorry, let me take off the thermal heatsink. I'm gonna reapply the thermal paste, and then I also want to show you guys the CPU up close, and I'm gonna take some B-roll shots of this, the internals of this computer case. So yeah. All right, so there's the CPU. This is the enclosure of the, or rather the anchor of the thermal heatsink. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some thermal paste. What I usually apply is a pea-sized amount, and I'm going to try some of this stuff out. Oh, that's a very smooth thermal paste. Very nice. All right, I'm not even going to spread it. This is the way I like to apply my thermal paste. I just apply a pea-sized amount. Once I put the thermal heatsink on, it should spread that out evenly by itself. So no need to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be back soon. For some reason, that's always the most nerve-wracking part. But anyway, I got it on. And I'm going to go ahead and start up my machine. As you can see, these are the internals. I'm going to upgrade my fans most likely, but the fans I currently have, which are really good up here, definitely recommend them if you guys are looking to get some PC fans. They're pretty silent and they have a good amount of airflow. The best fan I have though is I believe it's called it's an Antec fan, but it's very noisy. It's got the best airflow. Extremely noisy. I took it out of an old case that I had laying around in my house. Very noisy, but great. One thing I did want to mention to you guys that, okay, I have no easy way of saying this, but the header fans, so the fans that have the 3 pins, so for example, these fans that use these 3 pins, I noticed that they slow down the computer quite a bit. I don't know why this is, but ever since then, I've switched over to Molex. So Molex is it's like the 4-pin type of big chunky, it's a big chunky, how do I say that? It's a big chunky cable, or rather pronged. It's got like the big 4 prongs. It plugs into the power supply. So you get an adapter that plugs into the power supply and then you plug them in. And I've tried this on a few PCs, and ever since I've done that, the PCs have stopped giving me a BSOD and all that other stuff. So I'm thinking that this just takes too much power from the motherboard, and it slows down the whole PC and causes it to crash and all that stuff. So I don't know, you guys try this out. If you're having issues with a lot of crashing and stuff, maybe switch out the header fans. Instead of using the header fans that you plug into the motherboard, use Molex fans, and you can just type that in Amazon. You'll see Molex style fans. They usually come with both. You have that option to choose the header fan on the motherboard, or you can choose the Molex cable. So yeah, I'm using just one for now for the CPU control. But I'm just going to switch over to the Molex since I like how those perform a lot better. I don't get any BSODs. I don't get any glitching. I don't get any slowdowns with my games or overheating and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm just going to give you guys a close-up of what that looks like. The header fan. And as you guys can see, I got my computer up in my closet. That's where I like to keep it. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And that's how loud it is. And you can see those little gimmicky fans all the way at the bottom there. I'm gonna toss those out as soon as I get the new up here fans. I currently have 3 of them. That blue fan there is the Antec fan I was talking to you about. That is probably the most powerful fan that I have, but it's also the loudest. It's like super loud. So yeah, that's the computer running, as you guys can see. Booted up to Windows, as expected. Kind of. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.